And they
Great job.
And they said, what do you mean? And I said, that ain't gonna happen. And they said, what do you mean? It's a lot of money. And I said, it's just not gonna happen. Okay? You get it? It's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna guarantee it'll always be there, but because always is forever is a long, long, long time. But I can tell you that my commitment to maintaining that portion of the property is pretty strong. And
well, thank God.
Maybe in the not too distant future, maybe within the next year or so, starting a project which would make it more accessible on an educational basis, not only to you people, but to other people as well who might have particular needs, which if anybody wants to talk to me about it, I'll talk till I'm blue in the face, but not until after lunch. In the meantime, there are a couple things you should know. Everybody from the Woodstock Country School seems to have had some sort of talent, and you've seen a lot of them this morning, you saw a lot of them last night. If you haven't been into my store and seen the art show at the back of my store, may I please, please, please convince you to go look. There is beautiful stuff back there. Your classmates, your friends, your students and teachers have done just amazing things over the years. And there's a tremendous amount of stuff back there. You should just stop in and take a look. It's really heartening. Also, the book that everybody's speaking about, if you haven't seen it, is this wonderful book that Eileen Schmidt made for everybody to record anything they want to in. There is loads of paper in there. There's enough paper for every one of us and all of our children. So please, please go and find the book, which is down by registration, which is not really registration anymore, it's just sort of memorabilia. Go down there and write in that book. Write whatever you want to write. Put whatever you want in there. That book is going to stay here on the property. It will stay here until it has a permanent home, or it may become its permanent home. But it will not be lost. It will be here. And I hope that over the years people will come back and they will add to that book as well. Because there's a lot of paper in there, Eileen. So don't miss that. That's a really special thing as well. I wanted to say something about Bruce Fairweather, just briefly. 10 years ago, the people got together and planted a beautiful apple tree for Bruce Fairweather. One of the reasons that I thought it was time to have another reunion was because last year the beavers got it. So, folks, let's get together and get another tree for Bruce. And the other thing that didn't happen 10 years ago is we were going to put a little plaque out there, saying it was for Bruce, and we never quite got to that. So let's do that too while we're at it. We seem to be better organized now. Is there anybody here who has anybody they'd like to just say their name in remembrance? Anybody at all? Just
Yeah.
Jack Bell.
Karen Babcock. Devin Gray.
Rick Wilson.
JDI.
Rodriguez.
Lesson alive.
I know he is.
Yeah, Brett Wise.
I'm just kidding.
Richard Montague.
Penny Moran.
Gardner Garrett.
David Bealey.
Yeah.
Ed Ballard.
Virginia Wood.
David McPhee.
Gary Schmelt. George
David
Russell.
Whitney.
Barney Metcalf.
Peter Holland.
Peter Holland.
Ron Calloway.
Class of 57.
Bill Meyer.
Ellie Delafield.
Lovett Garsol.
Amy Prager.
Marcy Bodecker.
Brian Young.
Amy Prager.
Thank you.
Mark Williams.
George Reed.
Nat Carter.
Ed Ballard.
Penny Seeger.
Kay Maddox.
I don't know whether Kay's getting it or not. I just
Ken Sagerman.
Okay, how about people who are with us but aren't here?
That's Rodriguez who sent us.
Bob Barber.
Ezra.
Emma James. Ann Silver.
Stevie Bowles.
Peter Frederick.
Robert.
I'll second that.
Alonzo.
Libby Rice. Yeah, Libby Rice.
Everybody.
Barbara Fox.
Tony Albright.
Adam Colorado. Mary Carter.
Heidi Jensen.
Bob Henderson.
Mark Hewitt. George Harris.
James
Jim
Bob
Steele.
Barber.
Bill Michael Gross.
Bill Meyer.
JDI.
Okay. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of people we all care about. So I want everybody to remember that you do have homework when you leave this place, and that homework is twofold. The first part of your homework is go find those people and tell them that there is a way to reconnect, that they can still be part of this community, that this community still exists to this day, and the people here in this place came together in order to make sure that it didn't die. Now, a lot of people have said to me, what year did you graduate? Well, I didn't. I had already graduated from high school when I came here. I went to, those other kinds of prep schools. And I graduated in '75 from a little school down in Massachusetts, and I was 16 years old. I was barely old enough to know my name. And my family thought, probably she shouldn't be let loose without a keeper, so they sent me here. But the connection was this. The connection was that my family had a farm up the road that had been in the family for 170 years now. I can't remember how many years that would be. Only 165. Anyway, so I was really at home here. This was home. And people like JDI, who was my first voice teacher, and Bruce Fairweather, who gave me an appreciation of agriculture, were part of the community, as were Ula and Aggie and Earl. And just so you know, Alan Bass lives in Maine, and this is how bizarre this whole thing has been. So somebody says to me, where can we find Alan Bass? And I say, well, geez, I don't know. He hasn't been around for a long time. I'm down there with the tent guys setting up the other day, right? I'm standing there with the tent guys, and the guy says to me, the head tent guy says to me, he says, gee, my ex-brother-in-law used to work at the country school. And I said, really? Who was that? He says, Alan Bass. I said, can you give me a phone number? So Alan Bass is apparently alive and well and living up in Maine. The other piece of your homework here, okay? I don't want you to say the names of these people at this moment, but there are people in all of our lives, and some of us are those people, who need a little help right now. Whether it's physical affliction, mental affliction, or just plain tired. And, we're getting to that age, folks, just face it. And, what this group has that doesn't exist hardly anywhere else is a shared positive energy. And a truly shared positive energy through, it's now generations, folks. Believe it or not, it's now generations. So what I'd really appreciate it if you'd all do, you don't have to shake hands with the person next to you or hold hands with the person next to you. Just mentally hold hands with the person next to you, or physically if you wish. And I'd like to send that energy that we have here to some of the people who need it the most. I think we all know some of them, and if anybody feels so inclined, please do say their names, because some of them are part of this community and cannot be with us today for that reason. But I believe that all of this shared energy here can help us move forward in our lives. Not just remember the past, but move forward in our lives. And that is probably the dream that we as a committee had the most. Not just to remember the past, but to move forward as a community, as a shared community, in through the rest of our lives. So I want to thank you all for being here, and I'd like to just have that be maybe 30 seconds of silence before anybody says anything, and I'm going to go sit with my friends. Thank you.